Hello, my name is Christopher Morgan, and I will be discussing the best practices with which libraries can serve those who speak little or no English. The United States is known as a country of immigrants, so it comes as a little surprise that patrons who do not speak English are frequently encountered in libraries. Many libraries have attempted to meet the needs of this user group. However, the inability of non-English speakers to effectively communicate and advocate for themselves and their needs has led to this group being continually underserved by libraries. In this presentation, I will concentrate in particular on how public libraries can best deliver services to non-English speakers. But many of the ideas that I discuss here are applicable in a variety of library settings. A common misconception is that library users who do not speak English only frequent metropolitan libraries, and that their numbers are negligible in more rural or suburban areas. This, however, is not the case. A study by the American Library Association found that the majority of libraries that are attempting to meet the needs of non-English speaking patrons are located in areas with a population smaller than 100,000. Many underestimate the number of non-English speakers in the United States. According to the American Library Association's report on services for non-English speakers, roughly 21 million people in the United States speak little to no English. That's roughly 1 in every 15 people in the United States. Additionally, in the 2000 census, roughly 1 out of 5 people indicated that they spoke a second language at home. Over the past few decades, the linguistic map of the United States has changed, with more immigrants coming from Latin America, Asia, and the Middle East than ever before. By 2000, over 70% of the population speaking a language other than English spoke Spanish, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese, or Tagalog. The 13 most widely spoken languages besides English in the United States are Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese, German, Russian, Polish, Hindi, Chinese, Korean, Vietnamese, Tagalog, and Arabic. Since 2000, the Spanish-speaking population has increased the most numerically, by 24.4 million speakers, and the population of Vietnamese speakers saw the greatest percentage increase, a 533% increase. A survey by the American Library Association found that Spanish is the #1 priority language to which public libraries are attempting to develop services and programs. 29% of those that participated in the survey indicated Asian languages as their second priority language. 17.6 indicated that Indo-European language was their second priority language. The United States is only going to get more linguistically diverse as time goes by. The use of a language other than English at home increased by 148% between 1980 and 2009. The population that speaks Portuguese, Russian, Hindi, Chinese, Vietnamese, Tagalog, and Arabic is projected to increase from 2010 to 2020. The population that speaks French, Italian, German, Polish, and Korean is projected to decrease from 2010 to 2020. By 2020, Spanish speakers are projected to represent 13% of the population over the age of 5, and 60% of the population that speaks a language other than English. Here are several tips on communicating with non-English speakers from an article entitled Promoting Library Awareness in Ethnic Communities. Firstly, it is important to be mindful of your body language, which is very important when you're communicating with someone who can't understand you verbally. Sit up straight, maintain eye contact, and devote your full attention to the patron. It is important that you show the same level of respect that you would give to any other patron. Secondly, speak slowly and enunciate your words. Try to use simpler, literal vocabulary and avoid complex sentences. Be patient and give your patron time to translate what you have said and to prepare their own communication. If you're having trouble understanding each other, you can try to use written communication. If there's a particular word you're having trouble with, then you may use a dictionary to translate. And if you find yourself unable to communicate with a patron, contact a bilingual staff member, if there is one available. The most important thing for you to do is to keep a positive attitude. When you smile sincerely, you're speaking the universal language of kindness. There are numerous barriers that keep non-English speakers from using the library. First of all, they may have not developed a habit of reading for leisure. They may be illiterate or possess poor reading skills. Many immigrants have to work more than one job or may not have access to childcare and lack free time that syncs with the library's operating hours. They may not be able to have transportation to the library, and they may not understand the services provided by the library, or they may not trust the library because it's a government agency. Removing the barriers that keep non-English speakers from utilizing the library is difficult, but not impossible. The first step to removing these barriers is outreach. Outreach allows the libraries to gather the user need for the non-English speaking community. Their needs to be determined via surveys, interviews, focus groups, and community outreach. Whether it be determining the materials they would like, the hours they would like to be able to visit the library, the programming they would enjoy, and other information. Libraries also need to produce flyers, newsletters, and other advertisements in these users' first language to inform non-English speakers of the services libraries provide. Forms such as library card applications, notices, information pamphlets, and other printed materials should be in the targeted languages as well, to make libraries more accessible. Here as an example is the Dewey Decimal System translated into Spanish. The Dewey Decimal System is useful to have in multiple languages, as it helps non-English speakers browse the library and get to know its layout, and also find specific information that they are looking for. ESL programs are also very popular. Libraries have played a historic role in helping recent immigrants learn the English language and obtain citizenship. Libraries can offer multicultural weeks that celebrate the different languages spoken in the community, ESL Storytime for parents and children, ESL Conversation Hours, ESL Book Clubs, or citizenship classes in targeted languages. Computer and technology classes are also very popular. Libraries should offer computer and technology courses in users' first languages if possible, whether it be through staff, volunteers, or technology instructors. A lot of computer programs and online resources may seem intuitive to English speakers who have had technology training, but to non-English speakers with no technology training, they may find computer programs or online services quite vexing. Computer education is more important now than ever to non-English speakers, and it is very difficult to function in the 21st century without. It is important that non-English speakers aren't further marginalized by ending up on the other side of the digital divide. Also of great importance is programming that celebrates the unique cultural identity of members of the community. Whether it be celebrating cultural holidays, story times adapted from folk tales, programming that celebrates different cultural practices, potlucks that allows community members to explore different cuisines, or even concerts. These programs allow community members to celebrate their cultural heritage and share it with the greater community. The most invaluable resource a library has to offer to the community is its staff. Library administration should make the effort to hire bilingual staff that are fluent in popular languages in the community. Bilingual staff members should train their coworkers in conversational skills in these languages. Bilingual staff should also be financially compensated for this skill. Libraries should promote bilingualism in their staff by offering continuing education opportunities. Many believe the needs of non-English speakers are irrelevant because of their belief that English should be the official language of the United States. Regardless of politics, libraries as an institution should embrace multilingualism because they're responsible for serving all members of the community, even those who come from a different cultural or linguistic background. Libraries provide invaluable information to non-English speakers who may be attempting to find work, learn English, obtain citizenship, or even obtain entertainment. But most importantly, libraries forge a sense of community where those who may be linguistically isolated can become more involved with the greater community. That brings us to the end of my presentation. I just want to thank you all very much for your time, and I hope you all gained something from this presentation, and that you're able to use this information in practice.
De la sierra morena cielito lindo viene bajando un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo, los contrabando. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantándose la gran cielito lindo los corazones